Okay, gentlemen, here we are, about 12 miles north of Stevensville, Canada, inbound for a midfield crosswind left downwind approach to runway 27. So this is using the traffic pattern furnished by DCA 1026 on the forums, and I'll provide a link in the video below. So check that out and try this procedure yourself. It gives all the flap warnings when you what speeds and all the necessaries for that approach. So Stevensville traffic, DCA 2546, type DC3, 10 miles north of the airport, inbound for a full stop landing, runway 27 with a midfield crosswind, left downwind approach, Stevensville. So we're cruising at about 115 right now, and we need to be at 500 foot above the airport, which would be 1,500 feet when we begin our midfield crosswind, and 105 knots. So I'm going to try to start a descent here in a few moments for 1,500 feet. And since I'm trimmed for 115 and I'm level flight, I can just kind of pull my throttles back a little bit and ease down to start easing down. The terrain that we're in right here, where I'm at, will kind of keep the plane from descending too much. I guess little updrafts and such in the air. But we'll get down to 1,500 feet here in a few minutes. So pick your own airport. Just find your airport you'd like to do a crosswind on, and a left downwind or any approach. Follow the instructions in the manual, and you'll get pretty proficient at using the different approaches and patterns. So it's taken me several times to get this approach down proper to where I felt comfortable putting it on a video. So we're going to attempt to make this in a single video. Hopefully I can. So we're at 1,700 feet, and again the air is pushing me up a little bit, so I'll pull my throttles back just a hair more. Okay, we're starting another descent down now. We can just keep that going. About 2 or 3 miles from the airport, we'll drop 1 notch of flaps and slow to 105. So there's 1,500. I will inch my throttles back up to maintain that 1,500 feet. And again, just pushing on my throttle levers to maintain that. And now I'll begin trying to trim for 105 and drop 1 notch of flaps. First notch of flaps in. Feet, speed coming down. About 2.5 miles from the airport. There's 105. Since 27 is our runway, we're going to be on a crosswind of 180. A little lower than our 1,500 feet, but Talking and flying is not one of my long suits. So there's the runway. We should be crossing midpoint about right now. And there it is. So we'll begin a descent again down to 1,000 feet. And turn left downwind approximately 15 seconds or so after crossing midfield. We'll roll out on a heading of 90 degrees. Drop our gear when we are beam the numbers. Just put in a second notch of flaps. Stephenville traffic 2546 turning downwind for runway 27 full stop landing Stephenville. Okay, there's 1,000 feet. And 90 degrees. There's the beam, the threshold. We'll drop our gear. Put another notch of flaps in, so we're now 2 notches of flaps. Slow down to 90. There's 90 knots. And we'll begin our base turn. On our base leg, we'll insert 1 more notch of flaps, so we'll be at notch flaps 3. And trying to hold 90 knots. 85 to 90 it should work. There's our 3rd notch of flaps. Doing about 85 on a heading of almost north. There's our runway just off to our left, poppy lights. So now we'll begin our left turn to finals. Hopefully we'll not overshoot the runway. We'll come in on an angle that we can catch the runway. There's the runway. On our final leg, on our finals, we will insert the last notch of flaps. Make an approach speed of approximately 80. Line up with the runway. Ease back on the throttles. Keep that descent going. I don't usually pull my throttles all the way back until after I've touched down. So I can kind of control that sink to the runway. Just keep easing them back a little at a time. About right there. Sit down, pull the throttles back, got a bit of a bounce. Fly the tail wheel to the ground, let it come down on its own. Try to keep the runway in sight. Once the tail wheel is down, pull back on the yoke, keep your runway centered up a little bit. And there you go. So there we are down, flying brakes. And we made it down. So gentlemen, I hope this helps a bit. And if you just follow the pattern instructions, you should become very proficient at your landings, whether it be multiplayer or just solo flights. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you get something from it, please comment and tell me what you think. Thank you very much.